Frank Sinatra here.
Now, here's a slow one for you.
It's only the theme, Frank. I'm Paul Compton, and this is Project Sinatra. During this hour, our guest will be composer-conductor-arranger Gordon Jenkins. Pianist Bill Miller and guitarist Al Viola continue a discussion, not realizing they're being recorded. And Sinatra will mention love for his work, his fears, and his thirst for knowledge. But first, it's a plum.
Out of the tree of life, I just picked me a plum. You came along and everything started in to hum. Still, it's a real good bet, the best is yet to come. Best is yet to come, and babe, won't that be fine? You think you've seen the sun, but you ain't seen it shine. Wait till the warm-up's underway. Wait till our lips have met. And wait till you see that sunshine day. You ain't seen nothing yet. The best is yet to come, and babe, won't it be fine? Best is yet to come, come the day you're mine. Come the day you're mine. I'm gonna teach you to fly. We've only tasted the wine. We're gonna drain the cup dry. Wait till your charms are ripe for these arms to surround. You think you've flown before, but baby, you ain't left the ground. Wait till you're locked in my embrace. Wait till I draw you near. Wait till you see that sunshine place. Ain't nothing like it here. The best is yet to come, and babe, won't it be fine? The best is yet to come, come the day you're mine. Come the day you're mine, and you're gonna be mine.
We'll be guesting with Gordon Jenkins as Project Sinatra continues. Our guest at this moment is certainly one of Sinatra's favorite orchestral conductors, as well as one of mine. Gordon Jenkins, welcome to Project Sinatra.
Thank you very much, Paul.
My first question to you: what kind of man is Sinatra? How does he differ from others?
Well, Paul, Frank is different from other people in a lot of different ways. So I think the main thing that stands out about Sinatra after you're around him a while is that his standards are tremendously high. Frank doesn't allow for people not measuring up to what he thinks they should be, and I think that's been part of the reason that he's had a few instances in his life of, shall we say, unfortunate publicity. But you have to figure, I never could see any reason why Frank Sinatra should be like other people. The same as I never thought that Nat Cole should be like other people, or Judy Garland, or Al Jolson. They have a lot to give to the world. I could never see why people criticize Judy for things because it was different than the women next door to them. Why should it be the same? There's a big talent, the same as Frank is a giant talent. And to match his standards, he has, I guess, the finest musical taste that I've ever run into, and I've been around for 163 years. And I've gotten so to believe in this man's ideas of what's good and bad in music that I wouldn't anymore question him. Of course, you don't, in my position as orchestrator and conductor, if a singer wants to do a thing a certain way, you generally go along with it unless you can give him a good reason why he's hurting himself or hurting the record. But Frank, I've never seen him wrong. Every suggestion he's ever made to me have always been improvements. He has an unfailing feel for tempos in a song, and you might be inclined to think that a ballad is slow, but it's not that. It's not just slow. It's a certain place in the spectrum of time that ballad has to be in order to be as close to perfect as any of us are ever able to deliver. And that's all Frank is after. He doesn't care about second rate. All he cares for is perfection. He doesn't mind spending money. If he wants his lawn cut, he doesn't ask how much the guy wants to cut the lawn. He wants that lawn cut perfectly.
Here now, our in-person guest mows the perfect musical lawn. And on it, plays Sinatra.
Isn't it rich? Are we a pair? Me here at last on the ground, you in midair. Send in the clowns. Isn't it bliss? Don't you approve? One who keeps tearing around, one who can't move. Where are the clowns? Send in the clowns. Just when I'd stopped opening doors, finally knowing the one that I wanted was yours, making my entrance again with my usual flair, sure of my lines, no one is there. Don't you love the farce? My fault, I fear. I thought that you'd want what I want. Sorry, my dear. But where are the clowns? Send in the clowns. Don't bother, they're here. Isn't it rich? Isn't it queer? Losing my timing this late in my career. Where are the clowns? There ought to be clowns. Well, maybe next year.
Blue Eyes is back, orchestrated and conducted by our in-person guest, Gordon Jenkins, to whom we'll be returning as Project Sinatra continues.
As to inherent musical taste, how do you rate him?
I think his taste and his standards are really what set him away from the crowd, and he knows so well what's good for him to sing. I've written several songs that I jumped up and down and threw my hat in the air, and I thought, boy, this would be great for Frank, and I played for him, and he doesn't think it's good for him, and there's no point of arguing or questioning it, because you know that he's right. No, there isn't any reason to make a thing out of it. Not that it would do you any good anyway, but I've come to believe in his judgment above my own, which, for me, that's a giant statement. I've always been so self-centered and so mad about myself. I never said that about anybody else.
Of the many recording sessions you have worked with Frank, in what song did that cohesive karma, that complete understanding of musical alchemy, take place?
The two outstanding examples that come readily to mind with me are when we made Lonely Town, and then just lately when we made Send in the Clowns. And I think there are probably a lot of reasons for that. They're both wonderful, wonderful songs. They're just arranger's absolute delight, both of those songs. And you kind of get a thing with Sinatra. He gives out a lot personally. I would not want to work on a record with Frank if I couldn't get close to him and see him and have him see me. For one thing, he'll follow the orchestration, and if he hears me do a thing, he'll hold back and wait and let that go by, and then he'll come in. I don't dare look down at the music, because if I take my eyes off Sinatra, I might lose him. He might disappear on me. He got into those two songs. So far, Lonely Town is just absolutely a heartbreaking rendition. It's so sad, and he got the meaning of the song so well. And I was just carried away with the whole thing. Even before we got down there, I put a little bit of Manhattan Tower in for nothing at the end, Never Leave Me. I thought it fit and would be a nice thing to do there. There's nothing I could do for myself as a soloist that would be as satisfactory to me as doing this, because I'm contributing. I'm not just showing off for Gordon Jenkins. I'm contributing something to an artist who, God knows, deserves anything that you can possibly give him. And it's so much fun to see a master, absolute master, sing a song the way it should be sung. It just gives you chills up and down your back.
A Jenkins choice, Lonely Town.
New York, New York, or a village in Iowa. The only difference is the name. If you're alone, whether on Main Street or on Broadway, if you're alone, they are both the same. A town's a lonely town when you pass through, and there is no one waiting there for you. Then it's a lonely town. You wander up and down. The crowds rush by. A million faces pass before your eyes. Still a lonely town.
To you, Gordon Jenkins, our guest of this segment, a final question. Please do not think of arrangers, producers, conductors, vintage. When I say Sinatra, what song now comes to your mind?
Well, I think I would go back to my last mention. I hate to keep boring everybody with Send in the Clowns, but he says one word in there. He says sings the word farce, and your whole life comes up in front of you. It's the damnedest thing I've ever seen. He puts so much in that phrase that it just takes a hold of you. And I think when it's, in my personal experience, I got to go with the two that I said before, Lonely Town and Send in the Clowns. And all of us, I think, feel that our newer contributions to music are better than the old ones. We generally do. I think all the songs on the album we made, September of My Years, are fantastic renditions. The one that was a big hit, a very good year, naturally, and Hello, Young Lovers. Nobody ever came within a million miles of that song the way Frank does it. He believes it. He believes every line he sings. That's what makes him such a wonderful performer. It's all real to him.
Our guest in this period has been Gordon Jenkins. And when I think of Jenkins, synonymous with Jenkins, I think of violins. Gordon Jenkins, thank you so much for guesting.
You're quite welcome, Paul. It's always a pleasure to talk to you, and my favorite subject, Frank Sinatra.
Project Sinatra continues. It is a heavy with Hefty and Sinatra, and we will find where it is at.
Love is just around the corner, any cozy little corner. Love is just around the corner when I'm around you. I'm a sentimental mourner, and I couldn't be forlorner when you keep me on a corner just waiting for you. Venus de Milo was noted for her charms. Strictly between us, you're cuter than Venus. What's more, you've got arms. So let's go cuddle in a corner, any cozy little corner. Love is just around the corner, and I'm around you. Inform you that Venus de Milo, she was noted for her charms. But strictly between us, much cuter than Venus. And what's more, you got the arms. Let's go cuddle in a corner, any cozy little corner. Love is just around the corner, and I'm around you. Let's go cuddle in a corner, any cozy little corner. Love is just around the corner, and I'm around you.
Sinatra and Hefty. You have heard columnist James Bacon discuss Frank's interest in and knowledge of science, and my quote from Jim Bishop in which he applied the term omnivorous reader. Listen now, in this interview with me as he describes his reason for that necessity.
May I discuss your office briefly for just a moment? I was interested in the books which I viewed, and you spoke of the close family ties, and there in a prominent place the pictures of your 3 children, and particularly the bookshelves were of interest to me. Some things like the Manchurians I can understand because you were in that one, of course. But would you still have a synonym book there and some antonyms and Webster's Big New Third World? And
I consult them constantly, Paul.
you keep at it.
I do.
Those goals are still there.
No, I do. I have to. If I didn't, I think I would drown.
Due to the fact the public utility we know as Al G. Bell was not of all that quality, the interview was somewhat thinned out. From McEwen material now.
I've been to town, I've walked the highways and the harbors too. I've done some things I never thought I'd ever do. Now as I stand here looking down at you, you ask me why it is I frown. I guess it's 'cause I've been to town. I've been to town, beyond the boulevards and down the beach. I've learned some things that only time can teach. For instance, love is more than just a speech. It's got to find a common ground. I know 'cause I've been to town. Don't tell me any more lies. I can't waste any more years. I've seen my image in your eyes dissolve in disappointed tears. I've been to town. Ask me, do I know the Milky Way? I do, and furthermore I'd like to say, it isn't milky white, it's dingy gray. Especially when your world breaks down. Because I've been to town.
The most masterful work by Rod McEwen from an album called A Man Alone. I've Been to Town. Project Sinatra continues. Earlier in this program, we talked with pianist Bill Miller and guitarist Al Viola, and it was a most beautiful interview. But what do 2 musicians and a DJ do following a recorded interview after they feel the recorder has stopped? Let's find out.
Beautiful, because he really sang in that concert.
You know what? He's singing better than ever.
No.
Really?
He is.
He really is.
He opens up his mouth and says,
Yeah.
"You are my music." That comes across.
Yeah.
And he's working the little tunes,
Mhm.
quiet tunes. But it seemed to me he hit highs easier.
No, but but what I'm saying is, 5 years ago, 7, 8 years ago,
Yes.
he thought his voice was dropping.
Yes.
And it,
Well, he does get off a beautiful low E.
Yeah.
He gets
Yeah.
off an E on that Old Man River. On Jail in the Slam.
yeah. Yeah.
You
Although
got two pitch?
he goes bah. I don't have perfect.
It's not too much.
Well,
it's not really out there.
No, but it doesn't
the
need to
F
be.
sharp, I would say, would be the credible low. But he
Yeah.
got an E on that.
Yeah,
one,
but not a lingering E. It's kind of a
Yes.
bah. You know, and it goes.
It gets weird.
Yeah.
On it,
Yeah.
yes.
But he can still hit an F.
He can get a good F.
Mm-hmm.
That's
We used to take.
amazing.
We used to take. I have
Because a full F sharp was about as good as he could do 8 or 9 years ago, wasn't it? I'll
About the
ask
high
you.
notes,
You know,
too,
low F
ending.
sharp?
High.
high F sharp.
He
He can even go to a G, but
he went to G in Europe.
But
in Europe when I was
but
doing
only
the scales.
like,
Yeah.
you know, not every show even.
Yes.
You know,
I see.
if the G was if it was written, forget it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if he felt like it, he could
felt
use the
like
G instead of an E or something. E is no problem.
Mm-hmm.
F, you know. I'd say his
That's
practical
still a-
range
that's
would be
still a two-octave
his practical
range,
range
more
would
than-
be a low G, practical range.
More than a lot of
A low
female
G
singers.
to a D, maybe E flat.
Practical range.
Practical range.
Well, that's
Or
certainly
even-
better than the average singer.
Oh,
Even
it's
at that.
an octave and a half is plenty.
Yeah, right.
But see, just to get back to when your liver is gone.
Yeah.
He used to do it in clubs. Last time we worked Tahoe was 11 years ago. He took the thing down from F, then to E flat, and then finally to D. And I thought, that's low.
It is
Yeah.
low.
You know? Now, that's not the tune. He hasn't done it since then. But there are other tunes that I'll give you another one. He used to do it piano, still does occasionally, or has Angel Eyes. Okay?
Yeah.
We recorded it in C, right? Okay, now we get on the road somewhere, and he's, let's do that. It's a good number to do with piano instead of One for My Baby, or, you know. And he's, let's take it down, though. We got to take it down. Okay. I took it down to D flat. What did I say?
B flat. You
No,
see,
no,
you
B
wouldn't
flat
see
minor.
B flat, right?
I beg your pardon. We did it C minor, which is E flat.
All
E
right.
flat.
Right. Then we took it down to D flat, B flat minor.
Right.
Okay. And he said a few days later in Vegas, he said, I'd still like to take it down a little bit. We took it down to Ella Fitzgerald key, you know, A minor, down to C, which was a little, it didn't lay right, you know, and so I said, are you sure, Frank? You know, it sounds awful low. He said, well, I don't want to knock my brains out. You know. I said, okay, fine, but it sounds much. He said, okay, take it up to B flat minor again.
Right.
You know. You know, because only I don't know what the hell the top is. It was only
Down to there, it couldn't be much over a C.
I think top note in B flat minor was only a B flat.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
I think what I'm trying to say is, he wanted to cool it. I think. I don't think it was a problem, or maybe it was just a matter of let's take the ballads, so I can save my chops for the heavier things later on at the end.
Right.
You know, in other words, why work my vocal cords? You know. It's like 2 years ago, before he retired, 2 or 3 years ago, he said, let's take them up to the original keys. You know?
Yeah.
So figure
there
it
you
out.
go.
You
He
know.
went back. Yeah.
That's the truth.
That's right. That's him. That's the whole thing.
Frank's buddies, Bill Miller and Al Viola, off the cuff. And they won't sue me because they know all I have is my house. And it's homesteaded.
Daybreak, another new day. The mist on the meadow is drifting away. For it's daybreak, the sun's in the sky now, and flowers break through their blanket of dew. Sunrise, how lovely it seems to see from my window a sky full of dreams. As the white clouds sail on through the blue, at daybreak I daydream of you. As the white clouds sail on through the blue, at daybreak I daydream of you.
Frank Sinatra with a redo of some of the songs he did with the late, great Tommy Dorsey. Daybreak. At this point, we are in need of some lyrical romance.
I think the guitar is a romantic instrument, and I've been called a romantic singer. So now what are we going to do about that, Mr. Compton?
I think I shall just lie here and wait until the singer comes in and then take a little nap.
Tall and tan and young and lovely, the girl from Ipanema goes walking, and when she passes, each one she passes goes, ah. When she walks, she's like a samba that swings so cool and sways so gentle that when she passes, each one she passes goes, ooh. But I watch her so sadly. How can I tell her I love her? Yes, I would give my heart gladly, but each day when she walks to the sea, she looks straight ahead, not at me. Tall and tan and young and lovely, the girl from Ipanema goes walking, and when she passes I smile, but she doesn't see. Doesn't see.
Olha que coisa mais linda, mais cheia de graça, ela menina que vem, que passa, num doce balanço, caminho do mar. Moça do corpo dourado, do sol de Ipanema, o seu balançado parece um poema, é a coisa mais linda que eu já vi passar.
But I watch her so sadly.
Ah, porque tudo é tão triste.
Yes, I would give my heart gladly, but each day when she walks to the sea, she looks straight ahead, not at me. Tall, tan, young, lovely, the girl from Ipanema goes walking, and when she passes I smile, but she doesn't see.
Por causa do amor,
she just doesn't see.
Nem olha pra mim.
What a marvelous combination, that of the composer Antonio Carlos Jobim and Frank Sinatra. We shall return, and Frank will discuss fear as Project Sinatra continues. In a radio discussion with Frank Sinatra, I put to him this question.
Has fear ever hit you at all?
Oh, yes. I think fear is a part of everybody's psyche. I don't think we can escape it.
Yes.
I found that the fear in my life has usually been the unknown, something that I couldn't quite understand.
Yes.
If it was something I could see, or something in which I had some smattering of knowledge, then I was always able to cope with it.
Did you ever experience doubts in the beginning as regards your career?
Oh, sure, Paul. I think that anyone who claims that he's never had any doubts in his growth in his career, or even after he's made it, in a sense, I think he's kidding himself. It's like saying to a soldier, "Are you afraid?" If he says no, I think he's an idiot. But in the sense of career, forget going all the way back. I can bring you right up to date with the London trip. When I walked down on the stage with Basie that night, I suddenly realized that we made such a hullabaloo about what we were doing over there that I'd better be damn good. And I was terrified for about, like 30 or 40 seconds until I got swinging into the first tune. Even then, it took maybe 3 or 4 songs to get myself acclimated.
And yet, after a 2-year absence, when he leaped on stage for his TV return, Old Blue Eyes is back. It was as if he had just come home.
Today I may not have a thing at all, except for just a dream or two. But I've got lots of plans for tomorrow, and all my tomorrows belong to you. Right now it may not seem like spring at all. We're drifting and the laughs are few. But I've got rainbows planned for tomorrow, and all my tomorrows belong to you. No one knows better than I that luck keeps passing me by. That's fate. But with you there at my side, I'll soon be turning the tide. Just wait. As long as I've got arms that cling at all, it's you that I'll be clinging to. And all the dreams I dream, beg or borrow, on some bright tomorrow, they'll all come true. And all my bright tomorrows belong to you. As long as I've got arms that cling at all, it's you that I'll be clinging to. And all the dreams I dream, beg or borrow, on some bright tomorrow, they'll all come true. And all my bright tomorrows belong to
All My Tomorrows, one of those beautiful ballads which has contributed to the building of the legend. Project Sinatra continues. We have played several tracks from the Gaudio Holmes work in the Watertown album. The locale may very well be Watertown, Connecticut, but for me it has all the quality of Spoon River Anthology by Edgar Lee Masters. From the Howard Lampson portion, Frank registers the same indestructible hope in the train. The rolling earth rolls on with trees and stones and winding streams. My dream is what the hillside dreams.
And now the sun has broken through. It looks like it will stay just can't have you coming home on such a rainy day. The train is leaving Ellensville unless my watch is fast. The kids are coming home from school, must be 1:15. So many changes since you've been away, and there's so many things to say. This time around you want to stay, 'cause I've had so many nights to find the way. Even bought that summer cottage yesterday. Pretty soon I'll be close to you, and it will be so good. We'll talk about the part of you I never understood, and I will take good care of you and never let you cry. We will look so much in love to people passing by. So many changes since you've been away, and there's so many things to say. I wrote so many times and more, but the letters still are lying in my drawer, 'cause the morning mail had left sometime before. All the passengers for Allentown way closer to the track. It's hard for me to realize you're really coming back. The crossing gate is coming down. I think I see the train. The sun has gone and now my face is wet with heavy rain. The passengers for Allentown are gone. The train is slowly moving on, but I can't see you anyplace. And I know for sure I'd recognize your face. And I know for sure I'd recognize your face.
The final album recorded before his now ended retirement, and one of my all-time favorite albums, from Watertown, The Train. Project Sinatra continues. Ah, beauty, all is beauty, when Sinatra sings a standard.
So leave the dial right where it is, okay?
With me, it's okay.
Don't cry, Joe. Let her go, let her go, let her go. Don't cry, Joe. Let her go, let her go, let her go. You've got to realize that this is the wind-up. You're gonna feel much better once you make your mind up. Don't cry, Joe. Let her go, let her go, let her go.
Frank Sinatra, Billy May, Don't Cry, Joe. This was once recorded in the very early days under the title Let Her Go, Let Her Go. I think this one establishes what Billy May said earlier in our program. Frank Sinatra has the ability to drive a band. In our final hour, Frank discusses his delight in performing. And Don Costa, composer, arranger, and conductor, will define his reasons for Sinatra's continued success. I'm Paul Compton. This is Project Sinatra.